Good morning, I'm Tony with Bloomfield Window and Door Company from Bloomfield, New Jersey, specializing in window and door sales and installation. And what we have today, we're going to explain a 12-step sales process that we use when we talk to a customer. It's a very effective sales process because it's the way you would want to be treated, basically, by somebody that was selling you something. So there's 12 steps altogether, and we will explain each step. Step number 1 is pleasantries. Here is where you say, good morning, or hello, I'm Tony Sikora, it's a pleasure to meet you. Try to put on your best smile, put away your problems. You're a sales professional. All your emotions must be put aside. You have to be in a good mood. You have no choice. The key is to gain rapport. Because you're such a great professional, you have to break the ice. That is, get rid of the common minor tension between two human beings. For example, good morning, Frank. I'm Tony Sikora from Bloomfield Window and Door. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too, Tony.
Step number 2 is gaining the prospect's attention. You gain the prospect's attention by talking about something other than business or windows. Most importantly, if you don't have somebody's attention, you're never going to sell them anything. For example, well, I noticed a banner on the wall over there. You're a New York Jets fan?
I am, unfortunately.
Well, I am too. Frank, when are we going to win again? Are we going to see it in our lifetime? I sure hope so. Step number 3 is called the general interest step. What you want to do here is spark the client's interest with something like this. You know, the Russos at number 39, they were looking for windows that were easy to clean. And I stay in touch with them, and they were telling me about the comfort that they're getting from their windows. Step 4 is called information getting. The 4th step, like all other steps, is very, very important. What you want to do here is try to probe into the needs and wants of the customers. What features are they looking for? What benefits are they looking for? In order to get this information, you need to ask them questions. Most importantly, ask their permission first before you start rattling away a bunch of questions. After they give you their permission to ask questions, then you can start asking the questions. For example, in order to save you time and better determine how we could best benefit you, Frank, would you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Absolutely.
Okay, first, you've been living here how long in this house?
About 10 years.
And what is it that you like about your present windows?
I love the look of them.
Is there something that you don't like about your windows?
They leak a lot of air.
That's probably because they're very loose. Do you hear rattling sometimes at night when the wind's blowing in? Yeah. Step number 5 we call specific interest. After learning the information in the previous step on information getting, you're now ready to target your product's benefits towards the needs and wants of the prospect. For example, so Frank, thank you so much for sharing that information with me. It sounds like you want something that's maintenance free.
Yeah.
It sounds like you want something real good looking to match what you have.
That's a must.
And you're looking to save money on your energy bills and making your house comfortable. Am I correct with all that, Frank?
100%, Tony.
Step number 6 we call conviction. This is convincing the prospect that it is worth it to buy the product. This is where we convey the facts and benefits of the product. You see, for every fact about a product, there's a related benefit. The prospect wants to know what the product does for them. See, facts are important, but the benefits, or what answers the customer's question, what's in it for me, is what's most important. And there's many reasons why people would buy windows. For the sake of simplicity, we'll use 3 concepts that a lot of people are looking for. Number 1, they want maintenance-free, easy to clean. Number 2, they want something that's really beautiful on their home. And number 3, they want to save money on their fuel bills and make their house more comfortable. For example, well, Frank, I brought a sample of the window in that will show you the different features. You'll see exactly what you're getting. I know you mentioned maintenance-free. As you can see, this beautiful window is Fibrex on the exterior. This will last a lifetime, this beautiful product. It's all Fibrex covered. It's a composite of wood and vinyl. Most experts say 50 years in general, that'll last. Okay, and it never ever requires painting. I know you mentioned maintenance free. You know, you also mentioned easy to clean and the beauty of the window. So do me a big favor. See how that beautiful chestnut trim around your windows? This is solid oak made by Anderson. So after we put this in, you're going to stain the window to complement your interior trim perfectly, precisely. This is the only way you can really make it look right. We have pre-manufactured colors, but it's too light, it's too dark, it's too this, it's too that. This is the best way to do it. Also, you mentioned easy to take care of. As you can see, this tilts in for easy, safe cleaning from inside. These are called true divided lights, so you could stain them to complement your inside. By the way, the top sash will also tilt in for cleaning also, okay? And that just goes right back in there, locks in place, and make sure these are locked in the winter. And this goes back in, easy to take care of. Also, our windows have double pane low E glass with argon. That's high performance glass. The low E glass bounces heat waves to its hottest side. In the summertime, it keeps your house cooler by bouncing the heat waves off. In the wintertime, the low E glass is sensitive to heat waves and bounces them back in, keeping your house more effective and energy efficient and saving you money on your fuel bills. You want to save money on your fuel bills, right, Frank?
100%.
Step number 7 we call desire. This is actually painting a picture of the prospect using and enjoying the product. See, at this point, you haven't totally convinced the prospect yet. Now we have to get more psychological, a little more emotional. For example, well, Frank, let's make an assumption, okay? You do go ahead with the windows, okay? Friday afternoon, you're coming home from work, you're tired, thinking about in the past where you used to have to clean the windows for hours, okay? Painting the outside to keep them up. And now you look at the beautiful windows you have and you're having company over for that spaghetti dinner on Sunday afternoon, and they're just admiring the beautiful oak windows that are inside of your house. And now it's time to pay your bills. And you had your windows for 2 years at this time, and you're really astonished about how much money you're saving. But most importantly, the whole house is more warm, it's more comfortable, it's healthier. How does that all appear to you? Step number 8 is called the close. This is where we make sure that the prospect knows that we understand his concerns. For example, okay, Frank, you mentioned before about the cost of the product. You know you had other estimates. You know we were fair. We gave you a reasonable price. We gave you sales discount. And we try to work with customers in this area, okay? Now, you also mentioned the delivery time. You know, as you know, in the world we live in, and these are custom made by human hands, a gorgeous product. There's always a waiting period. It's worth the wait. Let me ask you, Frank, besides those 2 things, was there anything else causing you to hesitate at this time?
Not really, Tony.
Okay. Okay. Now let's look at some of the reasons for buying. Okay. See, Benjamin Franklin used to use a process when he was trying to make a decision. See, all decisions have pros and cons. Nothing's all in your favor, okay? So on the one hand, you mentioned the cost, which we told you about, and you mentioned the delivery time. So those would be called the against, right? Now, let's look at the other idea for you. First of all, your house is going to look like a brand new house on the outside. From the inside, you got a lifetime beauty to look at in this gorgeous dining room that has all these beautiful chestnut around the windows, okay? The windows are going to be easier to clean. Your cleaning choice, the windows you're buying, you could do one window, you could probably do all 8 of mine at one time for the time it takes you to do that, saving you on your cleaning chores, okay? As far as the energy efficiency, as we mentioned, the low E double, you have single pane glass, aluminum windows that are transmitting the cold in. You have low E with argon, high performance, weather stripped window. We cap and caulk the outside, saving you on your fuel bills. Let me ask you, Frank, what side appears to be more favorable to you?
Your side, Tony.
Yeah, you know, I really appreciate that you're going to let me have this order. I'll make sure you're happy.
Sounds good, Tony.
Step number 9, we call asking for referrals. See, after the customer approves your order, here is where you could ask if they know anybody else that may be interested in our product or services. It might go something like this. Frank, I'm so happy that we're doing business with you, and you know from the referrals, you know the product, you're going to be very happy with the stuff. Do you happen to know anybody else that might be looking for windows at this time?
I do. My cousin Anthony in Westwood is actually looking for windows, and I brought you up. I said you were great to work with, and
Well,
he's
I'm going to
call
give
you.
him a call, and I really appreciate that very much.
You're welcome, Tony.
Step 10, we call after the window completion. This is what we would say to the customer. After 6 months, I want to come back over here to look at the job to make sure everything's going good.
That would be great, Tony.
Okay, because we like to follow up, okay? And obviously, we don't have to come if something is wrong, you let us know, because our service is impeccable. Step number 11, we call the follow-up system. Frank, if you don't mind, we like to stay in touch with our customers,
Sure.
let's say, just to see how you're doing and make sure everything's going good, like a good follow-up system. Like, would you prefer we call you, like, say, every 3 months, every 6 months, every year? We won't be a nuisance or anything. Which one do you prefer?
Every couple of months is good.
Thank you so much. Step 12, we call continuing your sales education. Technically, this is not a step to selling, but it's an important part of your career. Learning how to do something better. You should spend at least 15 to 30 minutes a day trying to improve your sales knowledge. A great number of books on sales and also on the internet. And I want to thank you so much for listening to this presentation.